Today we're going to be cooking outside, one of our favourite things to do, and it's Ireland, so in spring it had to be raining. So this video is sponsored by Vivo Barefoot. We absolutely love their shoes, and their escape shoe is all about thriving in wild places. Use the code HAPPYPEAR15 to get 15% off. Details down below. One of the keys to really good skewers is to choose veg that cooks in a similar time frame. So we're starting out with beetroot and chopping it nice and finely. Next we have some portobello mushrooms, and these are just flavor bombs. They absorb the flavor of the sauce so well. Chop them into nice chunks, and finally we're going with sweet potato. Because sweet potato is predominantly a starchy veg, chop it nice and finely. We're gonna pop them all in a bowl, and we're gonna mix them through a base marinade.
So we're thriving in wild places, and I guess this type of cooking is where you go by the eye. So we're adding in a decent bit of olive oil, a bit of tamari. If you don't have tamari, you can just use soy sauce, but that brings the umami flavor. Get your hands in there and really mix it, really get in there and own it. I love connecting with my food, and really getting our hands in there just really feels really basic and primitive.
So we soaked our skewers in water by simply filling a 2-litre bottle filled with water and pop in our wooden skewers. Obviously, if you're using a metal skewers, you don't have to do this. And while popping on your veg, try to stack them evenly. So we went sweet potato, mushroom, beetroot, sweet potato, mushroom, beetroot, and just repeated that. And occasionally fold one over because it creates a nice look to it and encourages just more caramelization in certain areas. For our sauce, we're going to start with some olive oil, and we're going to put in some gochujang. We've gone with 2 tablespoons of that. And next step, we're going with some balsamic vinegar. A little bit of maple syrup, a nice glug again. Olive oil to help encourage more caramelization. A little bit of garlic, which we finely diced just to provide a bit of texture to these skewers and just that base flavor coming in. So for those of you who don't know what gochujang is, it's Korean chili paste and it's quite thick. So get our pastry brush or a spoon in there and give it a good mix until you get this sauce that's quite viscous and thick, so that it really will stick to the veggies once we go and char them on the barbecue. So I think one of the keys to veggie skewers is just really getting that flavor into it. And obviously you want the flavor from the fire.
The sweetness will really encourage caramelization. Wait till you see, we'll get that lovely char exterior, which is just carbon. Okay, I think I've like lathered this.
Okay, we pop her on. So this is one of those recipes that's super easy. You can have your dressing just pre-done in a jar with a lid on, safe to carry, and just your veg chop. Either put them in a bowl and wrap them up, or else put them in a lunchbox. So it's really easy, very transportable, and it's just something so primitive, as Dave was just saying there.
Okay, so you've got the 5 base flavors: salt, sweet, bitter, acidic, and umami. And then we always say that there's a 6th one, which is texture. And we're going to raise the bar here. There's actually a 7th flavor profile in our book, which is called environment, the environment which you eat in. And this is eating outdoors. It just connects you to your primitive self, because, you know, most of us spend 99% or 95% of our time indoors. And being outside, there's just something so glorious, like the lovely sounds of trains passing.
Hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Cooking in the wild.
Like just having a bit of crack with your guy. Brotherly love is. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. I also think there's something so magic, like when you're eating outside and it's cold and it's wet and you have something hot and caramelized, it's just, like, it delivers a satiation that very few things do.
It's like a warm bag of chips on a cold day. Very tasty. Like the taste of cooking on fire is so different, like the char.
Oh, that one was, God.
The char is really good, because, you know, I love having filthy hands as well. There's something very connecting about it.
Getting outside, you never regret it. There's something beautiful about just being outside. Daisy's delighted, and delicious food is about to come. There you are, next lad.
The wonderful thing about cooking on the beach like this is simply when we're done, we'll literally cover it over with cold, wet stones, and it goes out straight away. Like it really is. It is the epitome of compostable fire.
And leave no trace. Oh, that is cool!
There we go.
Woo! Flaming shoes.
Leave no trace.